Hey everyone, I'm Asia. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel again. We are a few weeks away from the new year, and as you all are starting to plan your 2025 goals, I thought it would be a brilliant idea to do a 30-day debt-free challenge. I literally thought about this last night. So we're gonna do it. I'm uploading this video in early December. TikTok started a challenge a few days ago, but you can do this literally anytime you feel inspired to. I would kind of recommend January. I feel like that's a good time to start fresh, to start new, to feel really motivated during the next 30 days. But just have this video saved whenever you feel like you want to go down this path sooner rather than later though. We do wanna get out of debt as soon as possible. But yeah, this is the 30-day debt-free challenge. If you're interested in doing this challenge, there's a link in the description box to the 30-day calendar. But in this video, we're going to go over the 30-day challenge day by day. So again, save this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you watch this video and you end up doing the 30-day challenge, let us know what you think down in the comments. Week 1 is all about awareness and preparedness. So this is probably going to be the toughest week for many of you who this may be the first time actually diving into your debt. So with day 1, we're going to identify and write down all of your debts: your car loan, your credit card, your student loan, any consumer debt or student loan debt. You're going to find it. You're going to figure out how much you owe. You're going to figure out your interest rate. You're going to figure out your minimum payment, and you're going to write it down. And that's day 1. This sounds simple, but I ignored my debt for like 10 years. I ignored it so badly that I ended up owing $50,000 more in interest for my graduate student loan. So you're not gonna go down that route. You're gonna be responsible. If you have the master plan budget planner, there's a debt page that you can just go ahead and put all of your debts in on this page. On day 2, you're gonna calculate your total debt and your minimum debt payments. You should already have all of this information from day 1, so this will be really easy. Not emotionally, it'll probably be very difficult emotionally just to add up everything that you owe. When I was in debt before my debt-free journey, I would wake up in the middle of the night with anxiety because I knew I was in a lot of trouble financially, but I also knew that I was intentionally ignoring it, thinking that it would go away. But the moment I did this, what you're doing on day 1 and day 2, was the moment that actually my debt financial anxiety stopped happening. This is the stuff that we need to know about before we move on to the next few weeks. Day 3, knowing all of this information, we're going to deep dive even more, and you're going to build a mini budget for the next 30 days. If you've never built a budget before, I will go ahead and link my budget beginner guide video in the cards. I recommend taking a look at your bank statements for the last 3 months. I think 3 months is kind of just like a good gauge to see on average how much you're spending on certain things like subscriptions, utilities, insurance, food, going out, beauty, all the things. If your income is more than your expenses, cool. You're already in a really good spot, and we're gonna talk about what to do with that extra money tomorrow. But if your income is less than your expenses, meaning you are not making as much as you're spending, you're gonna have to have a come to Jesus moment. Not only are you gonna have to cut a lot from your budget, again, we're gonna do that over the next few days, but you're gonna have to also increase your income, something else we're gonna do over the next few days as well. Day 3 is all about building a small budget, possibly identifying places that you can cut, and just seeing exactly where your money is going. On day 4, we are going to create a goal for the next 30 days. How much do you want to pay towards your debt this month? As this is only a 30-day challenge, I don't expect you to become debt-free over the next few weeks. What we're doing is we're kind of building up these building blocks to help get you there, but you do still need a goal. What do you want to accomplish during this challenge? The bare minimum your goal should be is to pay above your debt minimums. If you're only paying your debt minimums every single month, you are going to be in debt forever. When you're paying your minimums, you're not only not paying your balance, but you're not paying the interest rate, and your balance is actually going to get larger and larger and larger. It is a horrible cycle that keeps you in debt forever. So at the bare minimum, your goal should be to pay above your minimums during this challenge. On day 5, you are going to learn the difference between the avalanche method and the snowball method. I have done a video all about the difference between the two up in the card. But if you're new here, the avalanche and the snowball method are two of the main debt payoff techniques, you could say. And you just need to decide which one you want to use. The snowball method is a debt payoff method that focuses on the debt with the smallest amount first. And the avalanche method is the debt payoff method in which you focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first. So it's important for you to decide which method you want to use, because it actually determines the debt that you pay first. The good news is you can try out one method, and if you don't really like it, you can switch to the next one. I would recommend give it a few months. Don't just switch methods after 1 month because you're not really getting the flow of it. I would say 3 to 4 months. If you're not really vibing, if you're not really seeing the progress that you want to see, switch methods and see if that helps. So after day 5, we are done during at least the first week with all the intense finance stuff. So with day 6, we're actually just going to declutter your house and identify items to sell. You cannot get out of debt only by budgeting. You have to make more money. Take day 6 to go through your house, take inventory of what you have, and identify items, whether they're home goods, whether they're clothes, whatever it is, equipment that you can sell. And then day 7 is when you're gonna start listing those items. I find that Facebook Marketplace is always the fastest. You kind of do have to sift through all the BS messages, but once you find someone that really wants your items and will commit to them, I find that sometimes they'll even schedule a pickup day same day, or the next few days at the latest. And now that you have some extra cash on hand, and now that you have figured out which debt you want to focus on first, I would encourage you to put that money, whatever it is, towards that debt that you're focusing on. And that's it. Week 1 is done. Not only have you figured out how much you owe, but you've also built yourself a mini budget. You've figured out which debt you want to focus on and which debt payoff method you want to use. And you've also made a little money. I would say week 1 was very successful. Week 1, we focused on building debt awareness. So now week 2 is focused all on cutting expenses. Dun, dun, dun. On day 8, we're gonna cancel one subscription or negotiate a bill for savings. Canceling a subscription is pretty easy, especially after day 3 when you've already gone through your expenses for the month. I'm sure you have already identified subscriptions that can go. Now, if you're feeling badass and wanna cut more and wanna talk to an actual human, now it's time to negotiate some bills. There are a few monthly reoccurring bills that are really easy to negotiate down. Some are easier to negotiate than others. So get your information together. How long have you been a customer? Have you been paying your bills on time? How much are you paying? How much data are you using? How much are their competitors offering for a similar service? But when you are ready to negotiate, give them a call and basically just say, hey, I'm planning to leave you for XYZ because they're offering me a lower rate for the same service. And then chances are they'll want to negotiate just to keep you around. Just remember, you are a great customer. There are better deals to be had elsewhere, and you are not afraid to leave for those better deals. On day 9, you are going to do a no spend day. Of course, it doesn't have to be exactly on day 9. I feel like a no spend day is something that you have to plan for. You have to get your food, you have to make sure there's gas in your car, that kind of stuff. But sometime during this challenge, plan for a no spend day. I actually am going to do a no spend video in the next video, so Remember to like, share, and subscribe so you can stay up to date on when I upload that video. Similar to day 9, on day 10, we are going to meal prep to save money on dining. I actually feel like a goal of mine for next year needs to be kind of planning my meals out so we're not lazily ordering Postmates when we have food in the fridge and stuff. I just need to be better about that. And on day 10, you're gonna be better about that too. On day 11, you're going to plan a low cost or free activity to do this coming weekend. We can go hiking, go to the park, go to the beach. There's free self-guided tours that you can take around your neighborhood. Museums have free days too. Volunteering is free as well. So there's a lot of options for you. Just kind of see what your community has and plan it for this weekend. A few days ago, you got your foot wet in negotiating your bills, all right? And on day 12, you're going to call your credit card company if you have credit card debt, and you're going to see if you can negotiate a lower interest rate. Do your research on your account's history, the terms, other offers for similar terms to your credit card so you can make an informed argument. They may say no, like that's the worst thing that can happen is that the credit card company can say no, but the best thing is that you can have a lower interest rate. So I would call them, Chase. I have had my Chase card for a long time, and I've noticed that my current interest rate is yada, yada, yada. I've been a loyal customer for X amount of years, but I've noticed that other banks are offering interest rates closer to XYZ for people with my credit score. Before I changed to one of those offers, I wanted to see if you guys could match this interest rate. Thank you. On day 13, you're going to be doing more decluttering and selling more items. And then on day 14, you are going to review your budget and adjust what needs to be adjusted. Maybe during the past 14 days, you realized that you could easily cut out dining out a little bit more. Or maybe you realize you need to add a little bit more for your grocery budget. Stuff like that. Even if you're a budgeting pro, kind of reviewing your spending habits every so often is just really important to do anyway. So get in the habit now and make any adjustments you need to in order to complete this challenge successfully. All right, we are halfway done with this challenge, and week 3 is all about boosting your income. On day 15, you're gonna take on a small side hustle. Anything to make you more money. I did Postmates. I was a dog sitter with Rover. I did odd jobs on TaskRabbit. So there is a lot of opportunity depending on your abilities and your time commitments to make more money somewhere. If you have any cool side hustle experiences, let us know in the comments. Day 16, you are going to commit 100% of any windfall or any bonuses that you may receive to saving or debt payoff. I'm shooting this video in December. Maybe you're starting this challenge in December. So chances are you're either gonna get some year-end bonus, fingers crossed, or even some cash money for Christmas. And I want you to commit 100% of whatever that is to your financial goals. Maybe putting it into a high yield savings account to increase your emergency fund or to increase any sinking fund savings goals, or you commit that money to paying off the debt that you're focusing on. It's just really important to have a plan with your money. All right, day 17, we've been doing this since week 1. You're gonna list a few more items for sale. And then day 18, you're gonna sell one of those items and put that money towards the debt that you're focusing on. So I feel like over the past few weeks, you have contributed a few bucks to the debt that you're focusing on. So I feel like you should feel really good about that. On day 19, you're gonna review your budget and find one more expense to cut. And on day 20, you're gonna make a money saving swap. Maybe today you make coffee at home versus going to the coffee shop. Or if you go to the grocery store, you're gonna buy the generic brand versus the brand name. Or maybe you take a workout class during off hours where it's cheaper. Or if you're planning to go out, maybe go out during happy hour and save some bucks there. And then on day 21, we are almost done with this challenge. You are going to celebrate how far you've come over the past 21 days. Getting out of debt is really hard, all right? If you take out everything that brings you joy and happiness during your debt-free journey, you're gonna crash and burn because you're making already so many sacrifices. Even during this silly 30-day challenge, you've cut so much from your budget already. You're starting to make more money. And if you continue to do that over the next few months or the next few years without celebrating yourself, you're gonna burn out. Take day 21 to celebrate your accomplishments thus far in whatever way, financially responsibly way that you want. Celebrate yourself. Enjoy this moment. You're almost done with the challenge and you've already made so much progress thus far. Now we enter the final week, week 4, and this week is all about continuing the momentum. On day 22, you're gonna track how much money you've contributed to your debt during this challenge. You should already be tracking this via your mini budget that you've been following. So again, budget in the cards above, but anytime anything comes in and out, you're getting income or you're paying for something, you need to write it in your budget. So if you're contributing to a debt, that should also be included in your budget. Basically, the question you need to ask yourself is, how are you doing on the goal that you set for yourself earlier in the challenge? If you've already reached the goal that you set for yourself, congratulations. I think now it's time to figure out what goal you want to accomplish next month. And if you have yet to accomplish the goal that you set for yourself in day 4, you still have a few more days to do so. So what more can you bring to the table before the end of the challenge? On day 23, you're going to research free resources to continue your financial education. Now it's so easy to find free resources to continue learning about debt, finances, saving up, investing. Of course, online, there's a lot of cuckoo people out there. So just make sure that you find a trustworthy resource. And I'll go ahead and link some of my favorite financial content creators in the description box, just so you can check them out as well. On day 24, you are going to plan for next month. What habits are you going to bring from this 30-day challenge? Are you able to cut even more from your budget? Did you find a side hustle during this challenge that you absolutely love and plan to continue over the next few months? Did you find that reviewing your budget was actually pretty exciting and cool? There was a lot that happened over the past 24 days. You built a budget, you cut expenses, you made more money, you paid off debt. You built a lot of really great habits. So what are you keeping? On day 25, you're going to make one more extra payment towards the debt that you're concentrating on. We are 5 days away from the end of this challenge. Can you squeeze out a little bit more money to add towards the debt that you're focusing on? Also, do you still need to hit the goal that you set for yourself in day 4? You have a few more days to do so, so today is the day. On day 26, you are going to share your challenge wins with your community or a trusted friend. I feel like one of the most underrated debt-free journey tools there is friendship. Your financial journey can be very isolating if you can't talk to people about it and you can't celebrate your wins. And it's time to figure out who you can bring on to your team during this journey. Again, there's my community on YouTube. We also have a community on Discord. In my Discord group, there's actually a channel specifically for accomplishments where people just write things that they've accomplished and they can share it with us. So find your people. On day 27, you're gonna take your budget planner or whatever it is you use to track your budget and your financial accomplishments over the past 30 days, and you're gonna write down how paying off debt makes you feel. I hope it made you feel accomplished and happy and not stressed, but even if it did make you feel a little stressed, write that down and try to figure out why. On day 28, you're gonna declutter a little bit more for a fresh start and maybe finding just a little bit more for you to sell. On day 29, you're going to reflect on your progress. I would say something that you access quite often. So when you're feeling stuck or frustrated or like you want to give up, you can go back to what you wrote on day 29 to remember, or even on day 27 to remember how good it felt during this challenge, and hopefully that will keep you motivated to continue on with your financial journey. And then on day 30, the last day of this 30-day debt-free plan challenge, is you're going to commit to building a realistic plan for the next 90 days to build upon this momentum. You've already built the habits that you need for the long haul. You already know what needs to be done, and you just need to commit to doing them. And that is the 30-day debt payoff challenge. If you want to do this challenge, go ahead and click the link in the description box to get access to the calendar. It's free again, so money saving tip for you right there. I hope that you find value in this challenge and you are able to build really great building blocks in order to extend this small 30-day challenge to completing your financial goal. But yeah, just know I'm here, this community is here. But yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to experience this 30-day challenge. I've never done anything like this before, so please let me know any feedback that you have in the comments. Let me know if you've actually done this or if you plan on doing it and how this challenge was for you. I'm Asia. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel, and I will see you all next video. Bye.